going to try to do this video without talking to change things up, but I do need to explain something. So I did buy the wrong resistor that goes here. I just placed a new one and we'll be sending that one back. I do suggest for anybody to pull your resistor first, because I didn't realize there was 3 variants of this resistor. Next, you can see I didn't show you taking the pigtail off of the fan motor because this one is different, and I had issues with the resistor and had to swap the wires. As you can see, there's a butt connector. So we have our fan motor, and something I couldn't show you on camera because how dark it is. There is a tab on your fan motor that you have to flex to get over the tab. That's right here, I think. Another thing I'm gonna be doing is, I don't know if you can see, but you can see our evaporator right here, and it is filthy. So that's something I'm going to dig into right now and try to clean that, because that is hurting our efficiency of cooling. Other than that, so we're having to pick up this video with our new parts. So after 2 failed attempts, we got our resistor for our blower motor. We actually got a good wiring harness, and this truck didn't come with a filter for our air conditioner, but we'll be installing it. The biggest things we have to do is mock up this filter cover in the truck. So we're back under the truck. I'm going to take this blower motor out again. I'll get that off camera. But the piece we're going to be cutting is right here, and you can see there's a tab in the back that this piece fits into, and we still got the screw hole here. So what I'm going to do, and of course I'm going to need 2 hands off camera, I just wanted to see where I needed to cut so I don't cut too much by fitting this first before we started hacking it up, which looks like the gasket covers it. It's like overlapping, so I don't think we can go wrong. We're just gonna have to cut the, let me get down here with y'all, like this inside diameter here, just enough to, about the width of this plastic here is what we're just going to do all the way down and across. And what we got, the instructions say use a razor. This is a drywall knife. We might try that. First thing I did do though is I used a unibit, and I just rounded our corners here. So I can't get to the back though, so that's not fun. Now right now I got my Dremel, and I'm going to try to use that to get most of the cutting. Then we'll see if this is worth getting into, but pretty much the instructions say use a razor blade. So we do got a mess here, but I used the drywall tool. It worked really well. You had to really use a steep angle to take little bites at a time. Came out like this. The hardest part was just staying straight. The Dremel actually probably did the best. I just didn't like having my face down so close to all the debris and everything. I do got safety glasses on, but both of them is fine. I'll show you what we got working with before we start vacuuming. But that's our hole. We still got to go further in the back and get closer to the firewall. But I'm going to change my Dremel tool out to a sanding drum. But look at all that debris. I mean, look at all that dirt too. But that's why we're cleaning out our coal. And it was a lot dirtier until we started sticking our vacuum cleaner in here. So if we wouldn't have done that, it would have been a totally different scenario. But I just want to show y'all the before I start cleaning everything up and dressing it. And then, well, this is it all cleaned up. I used a flat file to just finish off our straight edges here, or straights. Then the flat file, I'll show you. The flat file has is it the half moon file, I think? And I used it to get in their corners here and just give us a nice radius, which it ain't bad. But now we kind of did some more vacuuming. It is looking a lot better, but I want to go ahead and continue and flush it with water. So let me get the garden hose over here now and let's get to work. This is my setup. I just got a trash bag, and we got this WeatherTech floor mat, which really does good, but we're just diverting all of our soap and water. I got some Dawn soap that I just got mixed up. I use for tires and whatnot. Just really want to make it all soapy and just put a little bit of like I said, soap on it to break up any debris that would help. Got our water hose, and all right, it's time to make a mess. So we cleaned up a little bit, but let's see what we got. Let me turn the light on. Oh, that looks 10 times better. Get pretty happy with that. So now, so you can see through the resistor hole, and then the blower motor hole, which ain't nothing special in there. So now I'm gonna clean up my mess, allow this to dry a little more. I got some tools and stuff, and then we got to change this harness. So we have our tap screw and our filter, and here is the cover. So what we're going to do is we're going to put our filter, we want the tabs down, so hopefully we'll be able to grab it. Oh, it don't fit in there good, does it? I'm going to have to bend it in. I'm going to need two hands. There's a little bit of work, but one thing I want to show y'all is it's made to flex. So go ahead and break these, so because you're going to have to like accordion it up. I got one at a time, but we got that up. You can see our tab back here is going to go into there, and just like that. And then off camera, I'll put our tap screw in here, and it's a 1/4-inch socket. So we got both of those up in there. We put our resistor in. It was just a direct replacement. 1/4-inch socket fit our new bolts here. Got everything in place. Only thing left is a wiring harness, and you can tell I replaced our wiring harness in the past, so we're just going to cut it right at the splices. So I don't like the butt splices that came in the kit, so I'll be using my kit where I just use these non-insulated crimps, and then I actually put heat shrink over them. So I'm going to pull all of the insulation off, and I'm going to use these crimping tools that you can get at Home Depot, or you can get the off-brand ones at Harbor Freight, and we're just going to crimp these all down and put heat shrink over it, and then we'll heat shrink everything in the car with our heat gun. And this is our setup. So our black and red wire took the bigger terminal, which is usually your yellow one, and then the small purple wire took the red splice, which of course this is we're going off gauges here. But then don't forget your heat shrink, and that's all we need to do now. We just need to go to the car and crimp on the other side, cut, splice, crimp on, and then melt the wires and probably zip tie. All right, we got that all crimped up and heat shrink down, so I'm going to tie them up where they're out the way and zip tie them, and then we're going to do an ops check. Well, I heard it cut on. Blower motor's working. Let's crank up the vehicle. And let's try this AC. Hopefully it's working. Oh yeah, I already feel it. That was successful. Put that on max. I hope this video helped somebody. Multiple steps, kind of a awkward series, but we got the wrong parts and we had to reorder parts and just fight through it. But if you made it to this part of the video, I really do appreciate you. Will you please hit the like button or dislike button depending on how you felt. And if you did enjoy the video, I really appreciate it if you left a comment, and if you would subscribe to the channel for more content in the future. Thank y'all.